So, are you hoping that Frank Martin beats Gervonta Tank Davis? Or do you really think he gonna beat Gervonta Tank Davis? Let's talk about it in this video, man. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, share the video. Catch me live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm also live every Sunday morning with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. I ask that you join the channel as a member. Drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams and the videos that we do. And hit me up if you want to debate. Knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com is the email. Or you can just come by the channel while I'm live. We can get it cracking right then and there. But let's get to it. So, as I continue my coverage on this channel of the Gervonta Tank Davis Frank Martin fight, we now only about 4 weeks away. Fight week can't get here soon enough. Very excited. Can't wait for the fight. I got to talk about this because you know, when you cover certain topics or you cover a fight, you can start seeing narratives being built around the fight, storylines, if you will, being built around the fight. And one thing I wanted to talk about in this video, bro, is for those of you that are picking Frank Martin to beat Gervonta Tank Davis, are you hoping that he wins, or do you really think that he can win the fight? Because the only thing that I've heard about why you're picking Frank Martin to beat Gervonta Tank Davis from a lot of you is Frank on some different type of shit. Tank Davis ain't never fought nobody like Frank Martin. I don't hear any breakdowns. I don't hear any tactics. I don't hear anything skill for skill in the ring as to why people are coming by my channel in droves. A lot of you Devin Haney fans, a lot of you Tank Davis haters, only a few true Frank Martin fans. A lot of you Earl Spence fans that only like Frank Martin because he signed to Earl Spence. There's a lot of that shit going on. It's a lot of that shit going on. So I can't help but ask, where are the breakdowns at? Where are the things tactically that Frank Martin does that are going to give Gervonta Tank Davis issues in the fight? And if you're banking on the fact that that Tank Davis hasn't fought somebody that happens to be a black American, bro, if you're banking on Frank Martin's race to win in a fight, like, you do understand that your race can't fight for you. Your fist can fight. Your brain, your heart, your legs. But your race can't fight for you. So if you simply picking Frank Martin because he the only black American fighter that Tank Davis has fought professionally, because make no mistake about it, he been sparring with black dudes and fighting black dudes his whole life. Everybody in Baltimore that he fighting, the majority of them, I can't say everybody. That's a generalization. A lot of the dudes he came up sparring and fighting with and learning with, they black. A lot of the dudes that he sparred are minority fighters. He done sparred Devin Haney. He done sparred Frank Martin. He done sparred Brian Norman Jr. He done sparred Teofimo Lopez. Montana Love. And I'm sure the list goes on and on. That's just off the top of my head. So this idea that some of you have, bro, that Frank Martin's race is going to win him the fight. That, oh, Tank ain't never fought a slick black fighter, so Frank Martin, I'm picking Frank Martin. I need you to understand something. It's a fact that Tank Davis has not fought someone like Frank the Ghost Martin. The closest thing to me, in my humble opinion, is Pedraza. Pedraza has some good angles. Pedraza has some good footworks. But his stupid ass fought Tank Davis like he was a brawler. So Pedraza ain't even fighting that style. But he does have similar angles. Not as athletic as Frank, but he has angles and can switch stances and has some skill to him. So he would be one, but you can't really count him because he don't fight. He didn't fight the way that he typically fights in the ring with Tank Davis. He didn't, bro. Now, with that being said, though, while it is true that Tank Davis ain't never fought nobody that fights in the style of a Frank the Ghost Martin, that's true. It is 100 times, 1,000 times, 1,000,000 times more true that Frank Martin ain't never been in the ring with nothing like Tank Davis, bro. Ain't nobody never been this fast. Ain't nobody ever been this skilled. Ain't nobody ever hit this hard. Ain't nobody ever been this mean. Ain't nobody ever been this smart in the ring. And I think a lot of you are making the same mistake that I made. And I made this mistake, bro. I made this mistake. And I will never make that mistake again. And that is this. You're looking at the experience of a fighter. And the fact that the fighter you rooting against ain't never fought nobody like this. And you're getting the assumption that that means that fighter's gonna lose. You're forgetting that it's true the other way around, so you just gotta break down the skills. It is true that Frank Martin and Tank Davis haven't fought anything like each other. But it's way more true for Frank. It's way more true for Frank. Artem, Michelle Rivera, Romero Duno, Jackson Marinez. So let's run them down. Who you think is better prepared for the other one? You got one fighter, fighter A. Fighter A has fought Michelle Ali Rivera, Romero Duno, Artem, and Jackson Marinez, his most notable victories. The other fighter has fought Ryan Garcia, Hector Garcia, Isaac Pitbull Cruz, Mario Barrios, Jose Pedraza, who you think better prepared? And they about the same age, 29, 28 years old. And one of them been fighting a decade longer than the other. And y'all are picking the other fighter to beat him because he ain't never fought nobody like him before. Is he faster? When you break down this Tank and Frank fight, just ask yourself, does my fighter punch harder? Is my fighter faster? Is my fighter more skilled? Does my fighter have better experience? Does my fighter have more dog? Is my fighter a better finisher? Does my fighter have better defense? Is my fighter durable? And for as great as Derrick James is, Coach Calvin and Coach Kenny Ellis together right there with him. I don't give a fuck what you tell me. So the coach ain't an advantage. A lot of times Frank Martin goes into a boxing match and he got the clear, decisive, unfiltered advantage as the coach with the coach. It's not even close. Derrick James out coaching 90% of boxing. And that 90% I just said might be too low. But this gonna be a fight where Derrick James versus the duo of Calvin Ford and Kenny Ellis, ain't no huge advantage. And plus, they got the better fighter, the most skilled fighter. They got the one that he can figure shit out on his own. And they can be calm. So, I really just want to know, bro, like, is this just a hope thing for some of y'all? Because you Devin Haney fans, a lot of you, and you just want to see Tank lose because Devin lost? Or do you really think Frank is going to win, bro? Like, do you have a breakdown? And does your breakdown involve anything inside of the ring? Like, I think I saw a comment yesterday. Somebody told me Frank gonna box Tank Davis' ears off. How, though? Because that's just such a general statement. Like, how? How do you see that happening? He gonna jab him up like Michelle Ali Rivera? You think that shit will work with somebody like Tank? Like, he gonna take the back foot and let the most dangerous counterpuncher and most explosive counterpuncher in the division be able to walk towards him, slipping shots and looking for openings? Like, he gonna do that shit off his back foot? The reach advantage is non-existent. What we got? 68, 69 inch arm reach versus a 67.5 inch arm reach. What's that, an inch and a half? That shit's nothing. So what are we really seeing? He gonna bully Tank? He gonna walk him down, put himself in the fire, and try to wear him out by going to the body? And anybody that knows boxing knows going to the body leaves you exposed the most. So to me, what I hear is a lot of hope. What I hear is a lot of hope because everyone knows, bruh, that June 16th and beyond, if Tank Davis wins on June 15th, a lot of y'all, you in no man's land with me and with a lot of Tank fans because you starting to have nowhere to go. All Tank got to do is win. And you starting to look at the resume lately, and it's starting to become a problem. You got Barrios, then Rolly. No, Barrios, then Pitbull. Rolly was trash. Then Hector Garcia, then Ryan Garcia, then Frank Martin. Your favorite fighter wishes that they could go on a run like that and knocked out all of them except one. Okay. And you start looking at the people that he done beat. How things going for Mario Barrios right now? How he looking? What is Pitbull turned into? Rolly trash. Give you that. What's Ryan Garcia looking like right now on that resume? Assuming his victory hold up. Like, so I understand, bro, why why a lot of you are hoping for Tank Davis' downfall, but you gotta tell me how, bro. You gotta tell me how. Show me that you see something that I don't see. Don't just hope for the shit and then it happened, and you be like, I told you, knockout. Let's put some shit. Put it on wax, bro. That's the difference between me and a lot of y'all watching this video. I'll put it on wax. I'll tell you exactly what I think before the shit happened and why I think that, and then I have to stand on it come fight night. A lot of y'all will just pick against Tank Davis until he retire, and then if he ever lose, you'll be like, shit, I told you he wasn't all that. You picking against him right now, simply a lot of you, bro. Not all of you. A lot of y'all watching this video are picking Tank Davis because you don't like the way he carrying it with Devin Haney, bro. That's just a fact of the matter. Cause you ain't got no breakdowns. You ain't got no prognostications. You ain't got no real valid prediction. Other than the only thing I hear close to it is Tank ain't never fought nobody like Frank Martin. So that's saying he gonna be shell shocked. That Frank is gonna be so much faster than what he used to. Frank is gonna be so much more skilled than what he used to. And it's gonna catch Tank off guard. Tank not gonna be able to adjust, and Frank Martin gonna win the fight. You see how I can just do a breakdown for you on the fly? That's way better than what some of y'all are saying. I can take your shit and make it make sense. But if you come to that conclusion, you have to explain to me why the fuck Artem never fought nobody like Frank and he adjusted just fine. Artem adjusted just fine. He just ain't had the firepower. But he was landing his shots. He was getting his shit off. He was landing good to the body. He was winning rounds and shit. So my question would be, if Artem can adjust, why won't Tank be able to adjust? Artem ain't never been in the ring with nobody like Frank. Frank had a hard time with Jackson Marinez, or did y'all forget, bro? He had a hard time until he stopped him. Jackson Marinez was giving him some problems with his movement and his boxing ability. But y'all think somehow he about to just go in there and overwhelm and shock Tank Davis? Okay, bro. All right, I'm just, that shit it's not what you think it is, homie. So Let me know what y'all think, though, man. I just see a lot of people hoping on Tank to lose, bro. And you hoping Frank will be that guy, but you don't even know why you think he that guy. You don't even know why. You know what I'm saying? You picking Frank other than your disdain and your dislike and your hate for Tank Davis. That's the only reason you picking him, bro. Just keep it real, man. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel. See y'all soon. Peace out.